everybody. It is December 15th, 8:25 a.m. We got some stuff going on. We had FOMC yesterday. Market didn't do much with it, but currently we are sliding. Um, the Fed was hawkish yesterday. Switch over to a watch list here. Um, they raised the Fed funds rate target for next year. Really didn't say anything that was Santa Claus like. And yeah, basically the market didn't really do much yesterday, especially the bond market. However, that's changed a little bit in the last like literally 20 minutes. Um, China's they had data released overnight that showed industrial production, retail sales, and fixed asset investment all falling well short of consensus. So their output growth slowed to only 2.2% on the year, the weakest in 6 months. So China is weak. China had weak data. Okay, and we have to see here. We're about some key levels. I'm about to get into that in a second. So let's look at the watch list. Okay, VIX is higher. Dollar higher. 10-year yield higher. Triple-headed monster all higher, right? All negative for the market. Crude's flat. Okay. Bonds are being sold. 30-year bonds are being sold. Hence the 10-year yield's up. Okay. Dow is down 1%. Russell's down 1.25%. ES down 1.28%. Bitcoin's down 1.5%. Nasdaq 1.5. All right, let's look at some leaders and laggards. There's not much to be a leader here. Morgan Stanley, that's not much of a leader, right? Netflix, big loser here, down 4.35%. Is there any news there? Netflix lets advertisers take their money back after missing viewership targets. Well, that ain't good for Netflix. Elon's selling more Tesla shares. They're down 2.5%. Nvidia's down 2%. Bitcoin, Snow. I mean, this is just a lot of tech. Let's see. Roblox is down 7.73%. Roblox reports November 2022 key metrics. Probably that's not good. That's a lot. 7.64%. Along with Qualcomm and Disney. So communication sector, I'm assuming is going to be weak because of Netflix and Disney. Yep. So energy is down. So even the top here is down. So we're going to go to just the weakest: semiconductors, communications, and technology, which is not good. Not good for this market, right? Um, let's look into the daily chart. All right. All right. So yesterday was like a little bit of a doji. We went up, we went down, we closed right here. We closed above the 9 EMA daily and the 20 moving average, and we held this trend line, right? Obviously, different story right now. So we closed at 399.4. Right now we're at 394. So we're right about here right now. Okay, key support at 393. All right. So let's look at this here. We're at the most traded price of a little below the most traded price of the month, and this happens to be the most traded price of the year. So we're a little below that. Okay, 393 support, 391.64 support, and we have last leg of defense 390. Okay, let's look at Q's. Q held the trend line, closed above the 9 EMA daily and the 20 simple moving average. Okay, we closed at 286.51. Right now we're at 282. We're at 280. We're at 282. Let's look at the. All right, right now Qs are around the most traded price of the month, 282. Okay, you can see this big wick down. That's what I'm saying. Something, just changed. We just had jobless claims come out. Let me look at that. Let me see how. Let me see those numbers. Oh, geez, that's why. So the jobless claims. I'm going to show you that in a second. So jobless claims again. They forecasted 230. We got 211. It's still a tight labor market. You want to see this number go higher. And then you also had core retail sales, New York Empire State Manufacturing Index. But really, that's what just made the market go lower. You want this number to be more than 230. It was less. So, less than expected people following initial jobless claims. All right, let's go back here. That's why the market all of a sudden changed and the bond market changed. No surprise there. All right, let's look at what do we have here. Just to give you some levels: 280 support and 278 last leg of the fence. Let's go to the triple headed. Like I said, that just changed. That was different earlier on. TNX 10-year yield opened here. At 3.5. Now we're at 3.4. So it just changed. Very interesting. The 10-year yield just went down again. It was just up. That's crazy. It went up to here. It went up to a high of 3.52. Now it's at 3.48. So on the jobless claims number, it rose up, but now it's starting. People are buying bonds again. That's pretty nuts just now. Okay. All right. Let's look at the VIX. The VIX went up high, came back down, and now we're kind of like having this little doji candle. Let's look at the dollar. Dollar still trending down. Today it's up though, but it's only up 0.32%. Still on this downtrend here. Still in that downtrend. Okay. If we can break this 103, obviously that would be something special. If we break the downtrend, then that's not going to be good for the market. All right. So let's go to the market profile. Let's look at the features. Let's talk about what happened yesterday. All right. So we got our key levels on this chart. This orange box is the most traded price of the year. Most traded price of the month is right here. And the most traded price of the week is right here. Okay, so very important area. Now, price is underneath this right now, which is bearish. Okay, we have the 100-day moving average right here. Okay, so price is at 39.80. It's right there. You have a lot of single prints in the overnight right here. So if we can come up to these levels, we'll be able to clean those pretty swiftly if we have some strength. That's yet to be seen. Okay, so we're gapping lower. So here's our low right at the 100-day moving average. Here's our high. Okay, we just tapped the demand zone. So we got a little bounce from this demand zone. And we have our high of yesterday. We have our low of yesterday. Okay, very important here that we opened here in the overnight and tested up and drove down. So it's pretty much 100% net short this whole overnight. Okay, so if you're a bull and we do get a little pop, you want us to move above all this crap, hold it, and then we can squeeze those shorts. The longer we stay under here, it's bearish. Okay, so yesterday was just look at the mid of yesterday's session. That's the 50%. Look where we closed. We opened here, we closed here. I mean, literally the day was like nothing. But the Fed was hawkish. So now that's might be rearing its head a little bit. Okay. If we hold under these levels, that is bearish. Okay, we're still in balance. Overall, the most price has been transacted is here in this area. Okay, we haven't really crushed all shorts. We're working our way down. Okay, so it's keys today. This would be a gap fill, 3997. That's the low right here, right? But we're in this big zone that I talk about, right? Most better price of the year, week, and month. So this is real murky when you get into this area. You want to either come out top of the area, or you're gonna build value below it and you're gonna go lower. But you don't want to be caught in this area. See, we're starting to push lower now. A big move could still happen in this area because we're just in balance, right? So I still think a big move could be in store. We're witnessing a push down right now. Okay. All right, let's look at the Nasdaq. It's not going to be not much of a different story here. Nasdaq. All right, we got most traded price of the year, month, weeks up here. Okay, so this will be tough to cut back through. It's gonna be tough, very tough. Remember, we had a hawkish Fed. Maybe people are waking up to the fact that we had a hawkish Fed and the Grinch is coming. Okay, like I said, this area in the Nasdaq is the same thing as the ES. It's gonna be a bear to go to a beast, a wall. We're pushing lower now to come across, cut through back. But if we did cut through back, we're gonna squeeze these shorts. Okay, but that's a big task. That's a very big task. So we have the high here, and we're 100% net short in the Nasdaq. Everybody from the open is short. Okay, everyone's short. Like I said, same thing in the ES. If we're able to cut through this mess, that's a nice upside move. That's a lot easier said than done. Okay, so the gap fill would be here, 117.28. It's in that murky area. The other side of this, okay, I didn't mention this in the ES, but I'll mention here, it's the same concept. Now, if we can't pop above this crap, and we're balancing and balancing, but we start to move here, we cup up, come up and fail, come up here, then we're probably going here. Okay, this is the key area. We have to go above it or below it. Okay. All right, let's look at the hourly charts. Actually, supply zone just formed. I'm gonna draw that out. I'm gonna draw that out right now. Set an alert for it. All right, that's set. So full transparency, I got long earlier around here. It was working, and it took a very low risk to reward. So I knew that the risk was 830. I knew all this. It was a very small risk. My risk was here basically, and it was. I did get in here, and it was starting to work out. I knew that it was a risk, but big reward if we could push through here, and we didn't. I mean, can't win every trade, but this wasn't something where I had high conviction. It was very low risk. So anyway, the reason why, just to get you guys understanding why I took it, is that this trend line here was getting honored from here, and we had one touch, two touch, three touch. It kept bouncing off of it, and we were holding this support level as well. So I was like, you know what? I don't I don't have full conviction in it, but I said if we do it, it's going to have a nice move. But like I said, not every trade's always a winner. But this one wasn't with high conviction. That's why I put low risk on it. All right, so let's look at levels we have. Okay, so we did break this 39.83 level. Okay, now we're in this demand zone. You can see that we're popping. We're getting a little pop. Don't know if that can hold. Okay, and I don't want to have all these levels here if they're not correct here. Let's okay. So we're breaking this trend, so that's important because this trend was holding. Okay, like I said, the more we hang out below these big levels, we could probably test the lows of this session. Okay, so let's look at these levels real quick. All right, most traded price of the year, 39999. Okay, the month, it's a bunch of heavyweight levels here. Okay, and the year is in here too. I mean the week. So support 39.62, 39.57. Those are immediate supports. Okay, now we have Actually, let me put this level here. Another level I can add to this chart right here. This couldn't break that level for my trade, so right there. Now, even if this breaks because we're in this area, I'm not going to go crazy. I needed this hustle to hold above this. Okay. So we have some key resistance 40.43, 40.35. All right. Let's see if this market really can move down. And if it can trap shorts thinking they're going to get short, and like I said, we rip above these levels, then Santa Claus possibly has a chance. But I'm really not sure. But this area is going to tell me what to do. That dictates what I do today. All right, let's go to the NASDAQ. All right, what do we got going in the NASDAQ now? All right, so immediate resistance we have is 117.38. We just broke 116.93. Our next support is 116.34. Okay, this could be a bounce point, possibly. All right, then we have a demand zone, and then we have 50 moving average down here. 115.57 is like a last leg of the fence here. Okay, then we're looking at, we don't have resistance till really, well, we have resistance at 117.38, but then when you have 118.68 and 118.97, you can see the resistance here. All right, but like I said, this determines these levels will determine what we do today. Okay, either we're gonna balance in here, we're gonna come down, cross it, and rip higher, or we're gonna stay down here, build value out to go lower. Okay, this area is just ridiculous. Like I've been talking about it for weeks. All right, so I'm also gonna draw out supply zone here. Just set a timer. Let's do. All right. This is how this trend line broke this trend line as well. So, all right, I'm gonna go back here. All right, let's look over the Mocha profile. All right, so let's look at a couple things here. All right, we're really starting to push lower. All right. Okay. So like I said, we're 100% net short. Gap and lower. Large gaps are very hard to read. Very, very, very hard to read. Okay. Now this gap fill today, normally I would tell you guys, if we fill the gap, and we start to push into range, I could tell you this sellers are not strong. All right, but now that we're in this area with the most traded price of the year, month, and the week. It's the gap fill is murky for me. That's not. I don't want to do business in that area. I just don't. Okay. So very simple today. Very simple. If even if we pull down, so this is I'll call this a bullish scenario. Okay. Even if we pull down to somewhere in here, we start to and we do this, we get through this murky stuff, and we can establish value above here. We're definitely at least going to 40-43, and then possibly higher, maybe 200-day moving average. This is if we squeeze all those shorts. Don't know if that happens, but it's based off this level, these levels. Okay, that's the key. Now, bear, a bear. To me, I could even see us pulling down, coming back. Okay, but not being able to really do much in this area, and then we start to build lower here. I think we can go and tag 39.45 and possibly lower. Okay, that's what I can see. Obviously, door number three could always just be a move up that fails and we balance. A move down that can't find further sellers, come up here and we balance. And then we wait for a breakout, because there will be a breakout. Right now, looking more like a lower breakout, right? Because we're just in this range. We're in a huge range right now. It's crazy. Okay, let's move over to the Nasdaq. It's going to be the same story. Okay, and I'll just repeat myself. Pull down. We come across these levels like this. It's not going to be easy. Boom. Now we got some 9 EMA daily and the 20 simple moving average that we'd have to cut through, and the monthly VWAPs right here. So possibly go to the overnight highs. And this is gravy on top of that if we go here. But remember, everyone is short overnight. Everybody. So you start really getting some volume and strength here. These guys are going to cover. They're going to get squeezed. Does that happen? I have no clue. Again, bearish. Pull down. Start getting these shorts nervous. Maybe we have some hard times here, and then we can fall back down here to 1557. Okay, and door number three, just like I was saying earlier, is a push and we balance. Push down, come up, balance. Just this level so insane that we just keep moving around it, above it, below it, above it, and now we're around it. Okay, so but big moves gonna happen. Be it, it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when. Okay, I know after today, the weeks following the trade are not the best into the holiday. Okay, all right. So that will be it for me today. Give me a comment, like, or subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow morning, obviously. Hopefully, guys make some money today. Stay green, and if there's anything to note, I will come back on if there's something to note that I'm seeing. If not, I will see you guys tomorrow morning.